Very good morning. My name is Komal from BSc third year Chemistry Honors. Now I am reading of a inorganic chapter for visual impaired student. Chapter's name is Metal Ligand Bonding in Transition Metal Complex. Valence bond theory. Valence bond theory was developed by Linus Pauling. According to VBT, the bonding in metal complex arises when a filling ligand orbital containing a pair of electrons overlap with a vacant hybrid orbital on the metal ion to give a coordinate covalent bond. Thus, VPT assumed that bonding between the metal ion and the ligand to be purely covalent. The hybrid orbital that a metal atom ions use in accepting the pair of electrons from the ligand are those that point in the direction of ligand. VBT theory successfully explained the structure and magnetic property of coordination compound. The slightly features of the theory are recapitulated below. First, the central metal atom or ion in the coordination compound offer a number of vacant orbitals which is equal to coordinate number of the metal atom ion for the formation of coordinate bond with the ligand. The approximate atomic orbital s, p and d of the metal hybrid to give a new set of orbital of equivalent energy called the hybrid orbital. These hybrid orbitals are directed toward the ligand depending upon the geometry of a coordination complex. Third, the d orbital involved in the hybridization may be either inner n-1 d orbital or outer n d orbital. Thus, hybridization in case of octahedral complex may involve D2sp3 or sp3d2 depending upon whether inner or outer d orbital are used for hybridization. 4. The vacant hybrid orbital of a metal ion overlap with the filling or occupy orbital of the ligand and form a coordinate bond L bond. L means ligand, M means metal ion. Let us take some example to highlight the feature of a valence bond theory to complex with coordinate number 4 and 6. Complexes with coordinate number 4, coordinate compound with coordinate number 4 are well known. Complexes with coordination number 4 can be either tetrahedral or square-planar depending upon whether the hybridizations sp3 or dsp2 respectively. Some of the most commonly found examples are described below. First, formation of a nickel tetracyanide 2 negative ions. The oxidation state of a nickel in the complex ions is +2. We can represent the electronic configuration of a nickel 2 positive ion by losing 2 electrons from the outermost 4s orbital. Electronic configuration of a nickel is argon 3d8 4s2. The electronic configuration of a nickel 2 positive ion is argon 3d8. 8 electrons present in the d orbitals of nickel 2 positive will occupy in such a way that we shall have the 3 of the 3d orbital occupied by 2 electrons while the remaining 2 3d orbitals are singly occupied as shown in. There are two ways in which the coordination complex of nickel with coordinate number 4 can be formed. If the complex involves sp3 hybridization, it will have tetrahedral structure. On the other hand, if the complex involves dsp2 hybridization, it will have a square-planar structure. In case the complex ion acquires tetrahedral structure, the hybridization is sp3. It means that the two unpaired 3d electrons are not affected. As a result, The coordination compound with the sp3 hybridization will be paramagnetic. However, the square planar structure which involve the sp2 hybridization require one of the 3d orbital vacant for hybridization. This is possible only if the two unpaired 3d electrons are paired up. Pairing make one of the 3d orbital empty. During the exercise, no unpaired electrons are left and the complex should be diamagnetic. It had been experimentally observed that the complex is diamagnetic, which conclusively indicate that the hybridization is dsp2. And secondly, it has no unpaired electron as shown in figure. Second, formation of a nickel tetrachloride 2 negatives. The oxidation number of nickel is +2. This is obtained by the loss of a 2 electron from the forest orbital or nickels. Experimentally, the complex has been found to be paramagnetic corresponding to 2 unpaired electrons. It implies that the 3d orbitals are not disturbed and the complex involves sp3 hybridization. As a result, the structure of complex is tetrahedral as shown in the scheme below. Third, formation of a copper tetraamine 2 positive. As inspection at the complex reveals that the oxidation state of copper in the complex is +2. The resulting electronic configuration of copper is 3d9. According to Hund's rule, the 9d electrons occupy the 5 3d orbitals and only one orbital is singly occupied. In order to accumulate 4 ammonia molecules around C2 copper 2 positive, the metal ion exhibits 2 possible geometrical arrangement for the complex. If the complex is tetrahedral, it will involve sp3 hybridization and the complex will be paramagnetic. On the other hand, if the complex happens to be square planar, it will involve the sp2 hybridization and the complex will be paramagnetic again. Now, a natural question arises: which of the two structures of is true, tetrahedral or square planar? Crystal structure determinant of the compound has revealed that the complex has the square planar structure. It implies that the sp2 hybridization must be involved with one of the 3d orbitals made available for hybridization. This can be done by promoting one electron of the 3d orbital to a higher energy vacant 4b orbital. One of the electrons is promoted into the higher energy orbital. It becomes unstable and can be lost easily. It means the copper 2 positive complex can be easily oxidized to Cu+3 complex. However, it is not true because copper 3 positive ions are practically unknown. If in brief, the above representations of a copper tetraamine 2 positive ions is inadequate means not enough. Although it explains the square planar geometry together with the magnetic moment of the complex, it fails to explain the copper 2 positive can be easily oxidized to copper 3 positive. The anomalous behavior can be easily answered if it is considered that the electrons in the 3d orbital are not perturbed means disturbed at all and hybridization involves outer 4d orbital. This model explains not only the square planar geometry together with the magnetic momentum but also the stability of copper 2 positive ions which do not undergo easy oxidation to C copper 3 positive by loss of electron. 4. Formation of a nickel tetracobalt. Nickel tetracobalt is a unique compound in which the oxidation state of a nickel is 0. The electronic configuration of a nickel is argon 3d8 since the coordination number of nickel in tetracarbonyl nickel is 4. The compound can acquire either of its two structures, tetrahedral sp3 and k-planar dsp2. Since in both the cases 4s orbitals are used in hybridization, therefore 4s orbital must be made vacant either by promoting 4s electrons to higher energy orbitals or by forcing 4s electron to occupy the vacant 3d orbital with spin paired. In the first case, where the 3d electrons are promoted to occupy higher energy 4d orbitals, the compound nickel tetracobalt carbonyls will be paramagnetic as the electrons are not spin paired. On the other hand, when the electrons are forced to occupy the 3d orbital, the compound nickel tetracobalt will be diamagnetic because the forced 4s electrons have no other option but to pair with the two unpaired electrons sitting in the 3d orbital. Since the compound nickel tetracobalt has experimentally been found to be diamagnetic, non-paired electrons, the nickel atoms prefer in involving sp3 hybridization as shown. Let us apply the postulate of a vacant bond theory to explain the bonding in other coordinate complex with the coordinate number 6. Example of complex with the coordinate number 6. First, formation of a chromium hexaamine 3 positive complex ion. The oxidation state of a chromium is +3. The electronic configuration of chromium's argon 3d 5,4s1. Thus, chromium is +3 oxidation state is formed by the loss of 1 4s and 2 3d electrons as shown. Two vacant 3d orbital 1 4s and 3 4p orbital of chromium are hybridized to give 6 d2 sp3 hybrid orbital. In other words, chromium 3 positive provides 6 empty orbital to accumulate 6 pair of electrons from 6 molecules of ammonia. The resulting complex involves d2 sp3 hybridization and is octahedral. The presence of 3 unpaired electrons in the complex make it paramagnetic. Second, formation of a cobalt hexaamine 3 positive. The electronic configuration of a cobalt is argon 3d7,4s2. The oxidation state of a cobalt in the complex is +3, which is obtained by the loss by 2 4s and 1 3d electrons. Thus, the electronic configuration of cobalt 3 positive ion is argon 3d6. In this arrangement, there are 4 unpaired electrons and 1 pair electron in the 3d orbital. In order to acquire octahedral geometry, the complex should have d2 sp3 hybridization. This can be achieved in two ways. The 2 electrons in the 3d orbital are either paired up with electron in the other 3d orbital, leaving the order 3d orbital empty, or the 2 3d electrons can be pushed into higher energy vacant 4d or 5s orbital. Since pairing of electrons requires less energy than promoting to higher energy orbital, the electrons prefer to pair up. Two vacant 3d orbital 1 4s and 3 4s orbital of cobalt are hybridized to give 6 d2 sp3 hybrid orbital. In other words, cobalt 3 positive provides 6 empty orbital to accumulate 6 pair of electrons from 6 molecules of ammonia as shown in figure. Since there are no unpaired electrons in the 3d orbital in the complex ions, it should be diamagnetic. Experimentally, it has been found the complex is diamagnetic. Third, formation of a cobalt hexafluorides 3 negative. As already discussed, the electronic configuration of cobalt argon 3d7,4s2. The oxidation state of cobalt is +3, which is easily achieved by losing 2 electrons from 4s and 1 electron from 3d orbital. The electronic configuration of cobalt 3 positive is argon 3d6, the complex ions has been found to be paramagnetic, which suggests there is the presence of unpaired electrons. However, this behavior is altogether different from the we observe in case of a cobalt hexamine 3 positive. It amounts to saying that the octahedral geometry in case of a cobalt hexafluorides cannot be attributed to D2sp3 as in found in case of a cobalt hexamine 2 positive. In an effort to explain this distinct between behavior, Lewis polling suggests that complex COF3 negative is ionic and the metal ligand bonds are ionic. This appears justified at that time in view of a highly electronic character of F negative fluoride ions. However, it was soon discovered that other complexes like cobalt COH2O3 F3 second complex, iron H2O6 3 positive, nickel H2O6 3 positive were found to be paramagnetic since the bonding between metal and water, metal example cobalt, iron, nickel, in these compounds cannot be ionic. It suggests that polling formulation of ionic bond between metal and ligand is not correct. An alternative explanation was proposed by Huygens in 1937 to explain the analogous magnetic behavior of cobalt hexafluoride 3 negative by suggesting that the metal can use outer d orbital for hybridization in place of inner d orbital. This formulation keeps the inner d orbital undisturbed and use the outer 4d orbital for hybridization as shown below. Thus, 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbitals are formed from 1 4s, 3 4p and 2 4d orbital. 6 pair of electrons are donated to 6 vacant hybrid orbitals of metal formation 6 cobalt fluorine bonds as shown. It is clear from the above discussion that the central metal atom ion has the ability to use either inner n-1d orbital or outer n-d orbital for hybridization depending upon the ligand and the magnetic property of complex. In case the coordination complex use the inner n-1d orbital for hybridization D2sp3, it is called inner orbital complex. On the other hand, if the coordination complex uses the outer n-d orbital for hybridization sp3d2, it is called the outer orbital complex. In case of an inner orbital complex, the metal electrons prefer to pair up. As a result, the complex will be either completely paired or will have lesser number of unpaired electrons. This type of complex formed is called low spin complex. On the other hand, in case of an outer orbital complex, electrons of a metal prefer to remain unpaired. As a result, the complex will more number of unpaired electrons. This type of a complex form is called high spin complex. In brief, outer orbital complex sp3d2 is equal to high spin complex. Inner orbital complex D2sp3 hybridization have low spin complex. D. Formation of a magnesium hexacyanide 4 negative. The electronic configuration of magnesium argon 3d5 4s2. The oxidation state in the complex is +2, which is obtained by the loss of 4s electron. Therefore, electronic configuration magnesium 2 positive is argon 3d5. The magnetic momentum of a magnesium hexacyanide 4 negative has experimentally been found to corresponding to the presence a single electron. This can be easily accounted for if the 4 3d electrons are paired up, leaving behind one unpaired electron along with 2 upcoming unoccupied 3d orbitals as shown above. Now, 6 vacant orbitals 2 3D, 1 4s, and 3 4p intermix together to give 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbital. These hybrid orbital can house 6 pair of electrons from the 6 cyanide ion to give an octahedral geometry. The complex manganese manganese hexacyanide negative show reduced paramagnetic behavior corresponding to the presence of only one unpaired electrons. What would you like to call the complex? An inner orbitals or low spin, or outer orbital or high spin complex. This is the example of low spin complex because of a reduced magnetic momentum. Formation of a iron hexa H2O 3 positive ion. The oxidation state of iron of a complex is +3. Electronic configuration iron 3d6 4s2. Electronic configuration of a iron 3 positives is argon 3d5. The complex has been found to be paramagnetic and the magnetic momentum corresponding to the presence of 5 unpaired electrons. It clearly indicates that the 3D electrons are non-disturbed at all. In addition, the outer 4D orbital are used up for hybridization. It means 1 4s, 3 4p, and 2 4D orbital are hybrid to approach 6 sp3d2 hybrid orbital, which are occupied by 6 pair of electrons, one from each water molecule. 6 coordinate bonds are formed by donation of 6 electron pair from 6 H2O molecule. Thus, complex is an octahedral molecule with paramagnetic behavior. It is important to remember that geometry and hybridization go hand in hand. If you know the geometry of complex, you can easily know which hybrid orbitals the metal atom ion uses. The relationship between the geometry of complex and the hybrid orbital used by metal ions is nicely summarized in table 1.1. Limitation of a valence bond theory. The valence bond theory, या फिर इसको बोलते हैं वैलेंस डायरेक्टेड बॉन्ड थ्योरी, एक्सटेंड बाय लिनियर पोलिंग टू coordinate compound in terms of orbital hybridization was successful in interpreting the geometrical shape of most of complexes. However, the theory failed to account for several properties associated with the complex. For example, first, it failed to explain the color and spectra of complexes. It failed to explain the difference between the measure and calculate magnetic moments. Although the theory was successful in predicting the number of unpaired electrons in the complex, it also failed to explain why the magnetic moment value vary with temperature. The theory failed to explain the relative stability of the complex. It failed to explain why some complexes are labile while others are inert. Labile complexes are those in which one of ligand can be easily displayed by another ligand. On the other hand, inert complexes are those in which displacement of a ligand is slow. This is the valence bond approach to some complex showing different hybridization and stereochemistry along with magnetic behavior. This is the all example. जैसे silver Cn2 negative have linear particle arrangement of bond and diamagnetic property behavior. Same as iron F63 negative have octahedral structure, paramagnetic in nature. Many examples. Now, sixth property, it does not predict whether the 4 coordinate complex species will be square planar, tetrahedral. For example, They discuss about the geometry of nickel species depend upon the value of a magnetic momentum. 7. It considers nickel AgAg2 to be tetrahedral, whereas in fact it has an octahedral geometry. 8 points. The theory failed to explain why some metals complex in a particular oxidation state are low spins inner orbital complex, while some other complex of the some metals are in the same oxidation state are high spin outer orbital complex. For example, CONH363 positive and COF63 negative, in which cobalt is in +3 oxidation state. The former is low spin inner orbital complex, while the latter is high spin outer orbital complex. Now, crystal field theory. VBT help us to understand the bonding in coordination compound. However, the theory suffers because it neither account for the color of coordination compound nor explain why some complex are high spin where other are low spin. Crystal field theory, on the other hand, explains successfully the color of complex as well as their magnetic property. The theory was developed by the physicists named H. Bates and V. Blick to account for the color and magnetic property of hydric salt of transition metal. Originally, crystal field theory was applied to transition metal ions in ionic crystal. That is why the theory is called crystal field theory. Chemists began to apply the crystal field theory to transition metal complex in 1915, and since that time, inorganic chemistry has become an exciting field of research. Crystal field theory considers the central metal ions and the surrounding ligand as point charge. Point charge are electric charge that exist at a single point. It is important to note that point charge has neither an area nor a volume. According to crystal field theory, it is the electrostatic attraction between the positive charge on the central metal ion and the negative charge on the ligand that hold the ligand to the metal ion. In brief, crystal field theory assumes that bond between the metal ions and the ligand as purely electrostatic. In case of a ligand happen to be negatively charged ions such as cyanide, bromide, etc. The interaction between the metal and the ligand is referred an ion-ion interaction. In case the ligand happens to be neutral molecule, it can be considered to have a dipole moment as in ammonia NH3. The nitrogen in NH3 acquire a negative charge delta negative and the hydrogen acquire a positive charge delta positive. In such cases, the interaction of the metal ions with the ligand is referred as ion dipole interaction. The d orbital and the crystal field theory. Since d orbital are frequently used in coordination compound, it is more important to study their shape and the distribution in space. In order to understand crystal field theory, it is necessary to look again at the spectral orientation of all the 5d orbitals relative to position of ligand in the metal complex. There are 5d orbitals and are designed as dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, and dz square. The boundary surface of these orbitals are given. Boundary surface of a d orbital. One subset of a 3 orbital wise dxy, dyz, dzx are similar in shape and each consists of 4 loops of high electron density lying between the xy, yz and zx plane respectively. The loops of a d orbital lie in between the principal axis. There is another subset of a 2 orbital by dx square minus y square and dz square. The orbital dx square minus y square consists of a 4 loops that lie along the x and y axis. The orbital dz square consists of a 2 loops that lie along the z axis, and the donut called a torus in XY plane. It is important to point out that although DZ and the SK minus Y orbitals do not look alike in shape, yet they are equivalent as far as their interaction with the metal ion are concerned. The unique shape of a DZ orbital can be regarded as a linear combination of two orbitals, DZ minus X and dz minus y square, each of which is equivalent to dx minus y square orbital. Since both the orbital dz minus x square and dz minus y square have high electron density along the z-axis, the dz orbital has a large amount of electron density concentrated along the z-axis since of the component wave functions maximized along the x-axis dz square minus x square and other along the y-axis dz square minus y square. The resultant d square has a tone of electron density in xy plane. However, both the electron dz square minus x square and dz square minus y square do not have independent existence. Now topic assumption of a crystal field theory CFT. Crystal field theory is now more widely used than the valence bond theory. It considers the attraction between the central metal and the ligand in the complex as purely electrostatic. The basic assumptions of a CFT are the following. First, the transition metal ion is surrounded by a number of ligands with lone pair of electrons. Second, the ligands are treated as a point charge. Point charge are electric charge that exist at a single point. It is important to remark that point charge has neither an area nor a volume. Third, the ligand may be neutral or negatively charged species. In case of a ligand are neutral, such as NH3S2ON, it is a negative end of a dipole that is oriented toward the metal ions that accounts for the electrostatic interaction. In case of a negatively charged ligand such as a Cl negative, C2O4 2 negative, Cn negative, the interaction between the central metal ion and the ligand is purely 100% ionic. For all the 5d orbitals of a isolated gaseous metal atom have the same energy. These 5d orbitals of a gaseous atom possessing the same energy are called degenerated orbital. If a spherically symmetric field of a negative charge is placed around the metal ions, all the 5d orbitals of a metal will be raised in energy as a repulsion between the negative field and the negative charge electron of the orbital. In briefly, the energy of a orbital is raised between of a repulsion between the field and the electron on the metal. However, the energy of a 5d orbital will still remain degenerate. If the electric field results from the influence of a real ligand, either from the negatively charged ions ligand or the negative end of a dipolar ligand such as NH3, the electronic field is not spherically symmetric because of a finite number, usually 4 and 6, of the ligand involved. In such a case, the d orbitals are not affected equally by the electric field of a ligand. We have also noted that the d orbitals have a different orientator in space and therefore these orbitals will experience different interaction from the ligand. The orbital lying in the direction of a ligand will experience greater repulsion interaction and consequently their energy will be raised. On the other hand, the metal orbital lying away from the ligand will experience lesser repulsion interaction. As a result, their energy will be raised to a smaller extent. In summary, the energy of a 5d orbital of a metal are split up due to electric field generated by the ligand. Summarize the metals. The splitting of the energy of a 5 degenerates the orbitals, the metal ions, into two different sets of a orbital into different energy in the presence of a electric field of a ligand is called crystal field splitting. Fifth, the number of a ligand surrounding the metal affect the energy of a 5d orbital. It means that the crystal field splitting will be different with different coordination numbers. And the properties of a coordination compound such as magnetic property and the color of the compound can be easily explained in terms of a splitting of a d orbital in different crystal. Crystal field splitting in octahedral complex. In an octahedral complex, the metal ions is at the center of a octahedral, whereas the surrounding ligands are 6 corners of a octahedral. Let us consider first a metal ion without any ligand surrounding it. In case of all the 5d orbitals possess the same energy and are called degenerate orbital. This is the representation by the 5 lines at the same level of a left. Let us now place the metal ion in a spherically symmetrical electric field consist of a 6 negative charge electron present in the metal d orbital will interact repulsive with the electric field of a 6 negative charge. This repulsion between the like charge energy of d orbital equally by the sum amount in a figure. Slowly that the dz2 and d square minus 5 orbital point directly toward the 6-point charge representing the ligand. D2 orbital interact directly and strongly with the ligand charge. As a result of a strong repulsion interaction, the energy arises. The other 3 orbitals are not affected as much compared to this z square and d square minus y square. As a result, energy of a dxy, dy, dz are lowered as shown. It is important to note the energy of a dz square and d square minus y square orbital are precisely equally. It means that the 2 orbitals are degenerate. It may appear that as a d square minus y square orbital is being repelled more, or dz square is being repelled less. It is important to recall that dz square orbital is a linear combination of dz square minus x square and minus y square has also electron density in the xy plane. The pattern of one doubly degenerate and the one triply degenerate orbital sets characters all the octahedral complex. The set of 3 degenerate orbitals is named as T2G. The origin of these names comes from the branch of mathematics called group theory. The other side of 2 degenerate orbital is named as EG, and the origin of this name comes from the group theory. Let us consider the approach. Sometimes another parameters dq is used instead of delta O. These two parameters are related as delta O is equal to 10 dq. Let us consider the approach of a ligand as a 2-step process. In this first step, the ligand approach the metal ions produce a hypothetical spherical symmetry filled with the repel all the orbital to the same extent. In the second step, the ligand approach the metal ion and split the orbital degeneracy. It is important to note that the crystal field occurs in such a way that the average energy of a d orbital remains the same. In other words, the barycenter or center of gravity of the orbital remains constant during the second step. It means that the decrease in the energy of a set of orbital that lie at the lower energy level must be balanced by the corresponding increase in the other set of orbital. Therefore, if the T2G set drops by the 2 units, a balance is achieved if the EG set rise by the 3 units. If the difference between T2G and EG level is defined as delta O, then it's clear that the energy of a T2G level change by minus 0.6 delta naught, while the energy of a EG set changes by plus 0.4 delta O relative to spherically filled reference point. various DN configuration of a octahedral complex. We have discussed in section 1.5 that in an octahedral complex, the energy of a 5d orbital are split up into two sets of a degenerate orbitals d2g and eg. The energy of a t2g set in a lower Wheeler of a eg set is raised due to repulsion interaction with ligand to different extent. The number of a d electrons present in the metal ions are to be arise in the T2g and Eg energy level of d orbital. Thank